get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is that get it. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game. From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Jam him. Jam him. Jam.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Freeman.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
26.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
At their own 20-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's bring it. 54. Slam. Check three. 26. Hey, we gotta snap it.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Echo. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. 26. Watch the twist.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
First down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Same. Kill. Out.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
22. Jet.
Watson off play action. It's complete to Fuller. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Houston.
'57's the mic. Mike 57. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Faking the give. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action with Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
20 set. 18. Drop deep, drop deep. Check, 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 check.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
31.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete.
Watson's pass intended for Kenny Stills. Incomplete.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
At the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson flushed to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
26, Mike. 26.
On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. 54. be ready. Don't be scared of it. Kill. Wide. Get wide. Check 9.
Out of the gun, Watson escaping the pressure right. He's got Fuller. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And that's complete to Cooks. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
26 Mike. You remember me? You remember me?
Now Jackson throwing again. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go. And got his man. Complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Jackson, forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey,
Jackson going to throw again, eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
switch it.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
He can't hang.
After the run, Watson going to throw. He gets it to Cooks. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
A gain of 14. And the Texans first down.
18. Here in the middle. 55. Alert.
On first down, Pollard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, 59.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Rush in. Alert 3, alert 3. 54 is down, he's coming. Switch. Hey, no timeout. Hey, time to go.
The final shot before the break, Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
Fresno. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Hey, 55, 59. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Smoke. Lights 57's moving. 54. Here we go. Under 10. Go.
From the 22, Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Houston.
Set. 19. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Watson, off play action. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Yo.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Hot. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Crunch. Watch the safety creep. 29 is enough.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Texans.
You're set. 19. Mike 29. 55. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends off. 4 down.
From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught at the 7. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
24. Watch the run.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the Ravens' 21-yard line.
26, 19. Here we go. Man left. 4 down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
I'm coming after you. Slam. Kill.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 38, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I'm coming after you.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the Texans' 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson flushed out right. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. On third down, Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mild.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Jackson to throw. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
I got wide. Hey, watch the edge. Rotate, spell.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 8-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Huntley. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The Ravens on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Huntley. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check safety.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson now, operating from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 96 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I talked with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Second and long. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Looking to throw. Huntley. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Off play action. Huntley. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Come on, set. 10, touch gas. Get in the weight room.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch the twist.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the 1st-round pick of 2014. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19. And the ball is out. Watson lost it, but I think it's nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Touchdown, Ravens.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score Texans 28, Ravens 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning it?
I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Set. 19. I 55. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Hustle.
Check. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Tackles.
Watch that.
Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And the Texans first down.
Throwing now, Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Stills the intended target.
Intercepted.
I got you.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
On first down, Huntley. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Earl Thomas in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Here's Pollard again, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down. Tonight's final score, Texans.
A road win in the